And again, I did not spread any misinformation. Go back to your videos that I posted. I hope this was fun for y'all. In all honesty, GG 3850, guys. Alright, guys. Let's go over to my 3850 account. Because we have some unfinished drama here. And I swear I'll try to make this the final saga of my 2850 2850 migration saga. But what's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the Moose Gaming here, and today we're gonna try to wrap up the 3850 saga. And as you see on the title here, I'm gonna try to make sure that I don't cause any problems and still wrap things up a little bit. Because I don't want to talk about this anymore. Like, I talked about it a little bit, but it looks like everyone wants to talk their side of the story. And I get it. So, and the last thing that I want to do, is 3850 to get negative PR view from my videos, because at the end of the day, I'm just migrating out because my friends are migrating out, right? Let me just go ahead and pause the music here too. Yeah, I'm migrating out of 3850 because my friends are migrating out. All I was trying to do in my first couple videos was reading out whatever was sent out in the Kingdom Mail, and try to tell you, okay, well, there's this kind of situation going on. Because let's face it, I'm a view hungry mofo. I'm view hungry. I was like, hey, like, I need more views on my videos so that I can pay for my Flux scripts or whatever, right? so let's just get that straight. I'm making these videos out of my selfishness to make more money from views. Let's just be straight over there, okay? Yeah, but I didn't want to actually tell a wrong story or anything like that, so I just read through from the first two videos whatever was sent out on the Kingdom Mail or the Alliance Mail, whatever it is. And the first couple that I read on the first video, I have actually just read out whatever was sent by the king. And then all I said was that, okay, there seems to be a little bit of dispute between the old Kingdom leadership and then the new Kingdom leadership. And then one of the old Kingdom leadership member, which was Drixel, which is one of the co-kings, I believe, of the last of the last leadership, was saying that, hey, like, I am leaving with Donkey, which is the group that I'm leaving with, because of the fact that the General Necron, who will read his stuff, who we read his response in the second video, saying that, oh yeah, because he backstabbed us. And then General Necron is like, no, it's all misunderstanding. Drixel and Donkey was just talking about something that I was venting out to a friend, and then that got leaked. As far as what I understand, that's basically what was happening up to this point. So there was kind of a drama, and I read that up to them, and I was like, okay, cool, because I don't want to talk about this a little too much. I'm out of here. I don't want to get zeroed by talking too much about the Kingdom leadership. But yesterday, one of the leadership member, Mikey Seno, reached out to me, sending a block of text that kind of explains what was going on. So in today's video, we're going to talk about what he sent out and kind of get a fuller understanding, because at the end of the day, what I said was, hey man, thanks for reaching out. As I said on both of the videos, I'm not migrating away because of drama, but rather because the very few people that I play with within 3850 is migrating out, and I don't want to be left alone. Hence my decision won't change, but I do want to let you know that I am on neither side. I'm not on either side. I don't really care who is in the right and who's in the wrong. I'm migrating out because my friends are migrating out. Yeah, that basically was what it was, right? And then I just read out what was said in the Kingdom and Alliance and drew conclusions based on all the limited information that I had. simply put, is content. Because simply put, is content. Like I said before, I'm a view-hungry, money-hungry person who is unemployed and is trying to make $2 off of the video that I actually thought would actually make drama. So that's basically what it was. And then if you, however, want me to cover this side of the story, I'll try my best to do so in my last video and as neutral as possible. So that's what I told him. He said no worries. He just want to make the I know you're leaving, but blah blah blah. Totally understandable. And I was like, understood. And then yeah, he just wants to make the story straight. Is basically what he's saying. So let's read what he said. Mikey Sano, by the way, he is one of the current leadership. So he's not on the part of the Donkey or Drixel's part of the leadership. He is the current leadership. He said, "Hey Musa, I wanted to set the story straight. I saw your video. You have a lot of misinformation. So I'm going to let you know what happened." Okay, that's probably true because I just read off of whatever they sent. The limited context that I had was limited context, right? So yeah, it's good to actually hear in paragraphs that basically sums up everything, what really happened, right? So Apollo and Drixel, who are co-kings, were unable to be around due to in real life issues. Okay, so they seem to be really busy during the King's End or fights. Donkey was piloting Apollo's account and made himself king to help run things while they were away. Okay, so Donkey, who was my friend that who is also my friend that I'm migrating with, was basically helping out the king. Okay, understood. Unfortunately, Donkey is inexperienced and things started to start falling apart. When Apollo and Drixel were finally able to come back to the game, they had a lot of problems to deal with. Okay, so which is not 100% Donkey's fault, I guess, because he had to just fill in for Apollo and Drixel's stuff. But okay, is that the only involvement of Donkey that we had here? But anyways, okay, understood. They were already burnt out. And the issues that had been ignored while they were gone were too much to deal with. Okay, so when they came back, there were still too many issues. Necron was irritated with them for not accepting any help. Wait, what? Okay, so Necron was irritated with the current king, the Apollo and Drixel, for not accepting help, and set a lot behind Donkey and Drixel's back. Okay. I don't know who them is, but I'm assuming it's geared towards Drixel and Donkey. But okay, so basically, yeah, Necron was very irritated and said a lot of things behind their back. Okay, I think that we all understood this, right? So let's go ahead and move forward. As soon as they heard they were done, guys, it's so hard to read this. Like, ChatGPT, the sentences, guys. So what is this? Oh, okay. So I think what he's trying to say here is, as soon as they heard about the fact that Necron, I'm assuming Donkey and Drixel. As soon as Donkey and Drixel heard what Necron said behind their back, they were done. Okay, we got it. They stepped down from council and leadership of any kind. Apollo stopped playing Rise of Kingdoms. Okay, so it looks like the previous co-kings of 3850 both left basically the leadership alone, right? Like they left either the leadership position or, just stopped being the kings. Got it. I have been pushing both Drixel and Apollo to give me more responsibilities so I could take some weight off of them. Okay, so Mikey Sano was trying to help them out, take some responsibilities away. Good. I was shut down every time. They said they could handle it until they couldn't anymore. Okay, so they overworked with themselves. Got it. Vortex done? Vortex is not done. Vortex is live and kicking. Musa having harder time reading chat than they had counsel in chat. Yeah. Anyways, 66 got caught poaching from 50. Okay, so this is a separate story. So 66 got caught poaching from 50, and immediately Hog stepped down from council. Okay, who I'm assuming this person named Hog was working with 66 to push members of 50 away from 3850 to 3866. Then so did Donkey and Drixel. Wait, what? So Hog was, I'm assuming based on the context, Hog stepped down from council because 66 got caught poaching from 50. And then Donkey and Drixel also did. I thought Donkey and Drixel was quitting because of what Necron said behind their backs. No? I don't know what this is. So why is this live? Sorry, I'm a bit confused. No, this is a separate issue at 3850. 3850 has some issues internally when I'm migrating out. And because I made a couple videos about them, they wanted to straighten things out. I'm getting even more confused personally right now, but it is what it is. They quit with no words to the kingdom, okay? Drixel asked me to be king, since he knew I how to run a kingdom well, and I had to play catch up to get to know the whole alliance right as we were able to build into Zone 6. Okay, so Mikey Sano had to take over the leadership because he had experience, and it was kind of urgent. They left with no words to the kingdom. Got it. The players were all in real panic because suddenly they had no leadership at all, and no one knew why or who was going to lead them. Okay. Most of the HG didn't really know me. Okay, the current #1 alliance did not really know Mikey Sano. I spent most of life of 50 managing shells, fixing 4th alliance, then 3rd alliance when Dobby got mad that my alliance was more active and bailed on leadership on the 3rd alliance. Okay, so previously he was fixing problems at 3rd or 4th alliance, but now he's back at he's moved into 1st alliance. He had no context whatsoever, so he had hard time adjusting to it. Okay. Please understand that I was friends with Donkey and Drixel. Okay. I respected Drixel and Apollo very much, so much that I stopped playing my main and focused on 50 completely because I felt they were great leaders. Okay. I totally understood why they quit leadership. I didn't. So I totally understand why they quit leadership. I didn't understand. I didn't understand why they didn't explain or tell anyone anything. They let people panic, and I had to claim a whole kingdom. Many of which didn't know who I was during KVK when the fighting had started. I was also trying to run a 3rd alliance because I couldn't find anyone to replace me. It was incredibly difficult since we were only really fighting out of 1st and 3rd alliance. I honestly never had time to work on real issues our kingdom was having. I was only putting out fires so things didn't get worse. Okay, so just from this paragraph right here, things that we can understand is that Mikey Sano was basically put on the spot because Drixel and Apollo was leaving the kingdom and whatnot, and then Mikey Sano was saying that it was just really, really hard to manage 1st alliance because the 1st alliance never really kind of knew who he was, and then the 3rd alliance and 4th alliance issues were still there when Mikey Sano was solving the issues there. Got it. This is about the other restart. Yeah, this is about his other restart. Yeah, this is about my max level newbie. Yeah, not Vortex. Let me just go ahead and type it out. so people know. Yeah, I know it's confusing because one of them is 3850, the other one is 3950. I get it. My apologies. And I held out hope and looked forward to off-season so I could fix everything. Inferno was asked to pilot Drixel and Donkey during the fighting. They both knew they were leaving 50 and were very angry with him for killing off all their troops. Who is they? Drixel and Donkey? Okay. Drixel and Donkey was very upset that Inferno was killing off the troops. Okay, I understand. Inferno came to me demanding compensation. Okay, so Inferno, Drixel, and Donkey was fighting in the KVK. They both knew that they were leaving 50, so they were angry that they had to kill their troops to fight. Inferno came to him, Mikey Sano, who is the new leadership, asking for compensation for fighting a lot. Is that what's going on? Council refused to compensate him for anything since it was Donkey and Drixel's choice to let him pilot, and there was no agreement with Inferno prior to him fighting from their accounts. That is true. That sounds reasonable. After that, Drixel just gave Inferno his account while Drixel took over Who Monsters? Okay. To be very clear, the following is my opinion and not fact like the above. Okay. So to be clear, the following is my option. Following is my option? What? To be clear, the following is my option and not fact like the above. Option? What is that? What is he talking about, dude? Okay. Old leadership felt bad about abandoning the kingdom, and they're trying to make themselves feel better by making council look bad so they could have a good excuse to leave without the guilt. Oh, okay. So this is his, I'm assuming this is a typo. Probably it's my opinion, not fact. But he feels like old leadership felt bad about abandoning the kingdom, and they're trying to make themselves feel better by making the council look bad so they could have a good excuse to leave the kingdom without the guilt. Okay, so again, these are people I have respected and then was friends with. Okay, I worked very hard to keep 50 together. Yes, I knew they were leaving. Why they had to go so very public with their exit makes me wonder if they're trying to recruit for 66 now that they're certain that they're leaving. It will make sense. Okay, so he's saying that the reason why Drixel and Donkey is trying to make a lot of noise is because they want to recruit people to 66 as they exit and they're done with the 3850, which could be a good speculation. Again, like he said himself, I think this is more of his opinion on what he thinks happened. Just for those of you who are watching this. Okay, and again, very hard to read. It could be very well me, who is not a native English speaker, but it's very hard to read. Then a screenshot was posted that said council was migrating to 73. The screenshot was a fabrication, okay? Someone from 66 has gone to 73, got on council, and was sending information back to 66. What he sent got to Donkey and Drixel. Donkey decided it was true and posted it to the Kingdom Discord, knowing that it will panic the whole kingdom further. Okay, so for those of you who need a little more context, there's a screenshot of council from 3850 who was making an inquiry about migrating to 3873, I believe. And that screenshot got leaked. Someone from 66, he thinks, Mikey Sano thinks, has gone to 73, got on council, and was sending information back to 66. So that 3850 would, the whole community within the Discord server of 3850 is going to panic and leave the kingdom? Is that what he's trying to say? These are not the actions of people who care about the kingdom. This was pure destruction. 73 has been apologizing to me for days for that person. He's been removed from their council and zeroed. Okay, so whoever leaked the screenshot seems to have been zeroed out. Got it. But it looks like, okay. But it seems like it was true that 3850 council was considering migrating to 73. Or is this not? That screenshot was a fabrication? Was it? I think that part, I don't know. I don't think it really matters. But what he's trying to say is that Donkey and Drixel is trying to sabotage the kingdom, is what he's saying, though. Okay. But the distrust that the screenshot created started a massive problem where no one trusted council anymore. 2 weeks ago, 73 asked me if I was interested in migrating. I told them, quote, I have no interest in abandoning my kingdom. Out of curiosity, I asked what they were offering to get more ideas about what I could offer people I was trying to recruit. I was trying to recruit to 50. Okay, well, hold on. Out of curiosity, I asked what they were offering to get more ideas for what I could offer people I was trying to recruit to 50. Okay, so he was trying to get some ideas about what they can offer to migrants of 50. Okay. They didn't answer my question, only asked another question themselves, so I ghosted them. Okay. I have never agreed to leave my kingdom, but the riot Donkey and Drixel managed to start caused Angel, my co-king, to give king to Nyx to calm things out. Okay. Please understand that the negativity and chaos they have started using false information does not make them good people. I know you're friends with them. I used to be too. Please don't spread any more misinformation on your channel. What, did I ever really release misinformation? Like, if you actually watch my videos, I'm just reading whatever they said on the mail. Like, Donkey never really reached out to me saying what you should be saying or anything like that, right? Yeah, like Inferno and Lion, like last time we talked was like long time ago, dude. And he was actually letting me know, like, hey, like 3866, we're migrating, so just go join 3866 Discord and find out if you can actually qualify for it. This one too, right? Like, yeah, he just sent me information about this account. Yeah, like I don't think I was really sending out misinformation, dude. And like, yeah, I don't know. Like, it's a false accusation, in my opinion. How did this guy have this much time to type all this out? Like, what the fuck? All the time he spends on typing it out, I can bet that he could have pushed to T5. hey, power is a different story, but like, I don't know. If you really watch whatever I said, I just read the fucking mail. That's not misinformation. Like, it's out in the public, and I specifically tried. I specifically tried to not be on the Donkey and Drixel side, guys. And like, yeah, like that's all I did. I just read over whatever they said here, and that was like, by the way, sent out by their leadership. And now he's saying that I'm sending out misinformation. I don't get it. And I'm sure I am taking my precious time to read over his very lengthy statements when he's accusing me of sending misinformation. Like, please don't spread any more misinformation on your channel. Yo, I'm kind of offended, dude. What the fuck? What happened is a lot of drama and 90% made up lies from another kingdom. okay. But which part is a lie though? Like, I don't get it. You guys let Drixel or General Necron send out all those mails, right? And I basically summarized, right? Okay, there seems to be in the kingdoms, in the first video, all I said was, okay, there seems to be in the king's mail, some sort of dispute between the old kingdom leadership and the new kingdom leadership, right? And then the next one, Drixel is like, oh yeah, we're leaving because General Necron is saying, well, went behind our back and talked shit. And then General Necron was saying, oh yes, I did. But it was venting, so that's all I talked about. Really, there's no misinformation, dude. There's no misinformation. Like, I didn't even talk about that screenshot too much, man. The screenshot that he claims that, like, yeah, like I don't even have the screenshot. I never showed it to the people. Like I just read the freaking mail. I don't get it. All the players that make those mails are shifting stories so they can be heroes in the story. All the villains who want to be heroes, and only players that stay there will remain heroes in the end because the winners are heroes. I don't know what you're talking about, but yo, yeah, like I said, I'm doing this for my own viewership, but like, I guess it's a good thing that he's accusing me, because that will drive more views, guys. That will drive more views, but yeah, I don't know what the misinformation that I was saying. And like the made up part, I never really covered. All I covered was like, okay, well, there seems to be disputes, and it looks like Drixel and Donkey had problem with General Necron, and General Necron responded that it was true, but it was venting, but it was leaked, so that's what happened. There's no misinformation about that. That's what you said too earlier. Like, which part of that is misinformation, man? To post an unverified screenshot to panic kingdom once again. I did not post this screenshot. I swear to God. Did I? If I did, I apologize. But I don't think so. After they already did that. Okay, so they did. So Donkey and Inferno, he's saying, Drixel is saying, he's saying that they did. Okay. So they sent an unverified screenshot to panic a kingdom once again. After they already did that once before by bailing on leadership. Wait, hold on. Okay, so to post an unverified screenshot to panic a kingdom once again. After they already did that once before this is not a fucking... It is very hard to comprehend stuff. Sometimes. And I'm assuming it is because I'm Korean American and I came to the States when I was 13. I did go to UCLA, but obviously I have a hard time reading. It makes me feel like they have another agenda, saying that they love 50 and wanted to do well after they leave it. It is crazy. If they're also willing to ruin it before they go. Okay, so let me read that one more time. Saying they love 50 and wanted to do well after they leave it is crazy if they're willing to ruin it before they go. So run on, okay. Okay, so basically he's saying like, okay, well, okay, I'm gonna move on. I never wanted to be king again. I'm assuming I never wanted to be king, comma, again. Especially if, because that and this has two different meanings. Especially if I was doing it with almost no help again. Council had about 5 people actually doing something. 2 of us, me and Stealth, were doing 90% of the work. So yes, Council wasn't in great shape, but we asked for help multiple times, including a post I sent to general chat asking the whole kingdom to help with the teams I had set up. I don't know what that is, honestly, but it is probably my fault. I don't pay too much attention to the kingdom's mail. We were trying our hardest. I spent several nights just not sleeping so I could make sure everything was going well. To be accused of failing the kingdom over lies from another kingdom, well, extremely disheartening considering how much work I've been doing and how much I cared. Okay, so he's sad that what is he sad about? Oh, okay, because it's sad to see the kingdom is kind of falling apart because of the screenshots that they share. It looks like. I don't know if the kingdom's falling apart. I thought it was doing great, but it looks like that's the case. But they got away. They managed to destroy everything I built up and had worked on. I'll be completely honest with you. If you have any question, I have nothing to gain or lose at this point to be dishonest about what happened. No, you're fine, dude. But like, I am little annoyed personally about your earlier comment about me spreading misinformation. I wasn't spreading misinformation. I was just reading out what you guys sent out on the mail. Reading is hard. I know. Reading is hard, especially this. It's very small. Can I zoom in? No, I can't even zoom in. Okay, anyways. I should remove Necron from council after what he did. But I needed help and he was willing to do the work. Okay, so he should have removed Necron? Why? Why should I have removed Necron? Because of what happened between them and him and Donkey and Drixel? Okay. Well, I don't think anyone really cared about that, no? Anyways. However, the things Necron said when he was venting were actually real reasons we were upset with them. They weren't letting us help as part of council and they weren't able to handle all the issues that had come up while leadership was missing for 2 weeks. We were frustrated with them for doing nothing and not letting us help. Okay. So yeah, well, he's saying that it was true. It was the Necron and whatever Necron was saying. It's true, and you know, it was vented. But the fact that they kind of got leaked to Donkey and Drixel like caused him to leave, and that's what's causing the issue. I don't know what's going on here. That's it, right? Why did Necron need to get removed? I mean, like I don't think so. I don't think that was needed. And then, you know, they weren't letting us help as a part of council. And yeah, I understand where he's coming from. And he explained that in the mail too, right? That's what he said in the mail, right? Yeah, I don't see a problem with that. Okay. And the things that they've been saying about the new council and leadership are untrue, though. Okay, so this is the part that he wants to talk about. Okay, my apologies. I should have read it all the way through. The drama started during Mighty's Governor event and migration and caused a huge problem for 50. They may have destroyed my kingdom. I don't see why they all feel the need to make such a huge mess before they leave. Unless 66 asked them to recruit or make themselves feel better. Okay. So he's saying that he doesn't understand why Donkey and Drixel is trying to destroy 3850 unless 3866 is asking them to destroy the kingdom so they can recruit the players from 3850. That's a big accusation, bro. That's a big accusation. I'll be careful in what you say. But you're the king, I guess. Yeah. I hope we can come back from this. But between you and I don't know if it's possible. I don't think it's possible at this point either, man. In all honesty, I know people are begging me to be king again, okay? But The hate mail I've been getting from people who are abandoning the kingdom and making people distrust me over something that wasn't even true is disheartening. Okay, so okay. So nothing new from what I knew already. Just a little bit of Mikey Sano's point of view side of story. Basically saying, oh, I was put into king position. Drixel and Apollo abandoned the king position, so I had to take on. I had a hard time. And Necron and I was put in a very tough spot. So Necron vented about Donkey and Drixel, and that's what made Donkey and Drixel quit. But so those are the facts. Up to that point, I think that's the fact, right? That's the only fact that we have. And maybe up to a point where screenshot that was posted. Yeah, well, actually, no. That's the extent to fact that we know for sure, right? And then there's a part about a screenshot that was posted that said the council was migrating to 73. He's saying that this is a fabrication. I don't know if that's true or not. I don't know the both side of the story. Is this true or false? I'm not too sure. But it is hard to believe that the whole kingdom is shaking because of a fabricated screenshot, in my opinion. And he's saying that someone from 66 went to 73, got on council, and was sending information back to 66, and that person got zeroed. But that doesn't mean that this person who was at 66, who was at 73, who got the information about the fact, perhaps, actually, we don't know if that's a fact or not. Let me adjust that. That some council members made inquiries about migrating to 73. Right? Or was this Mikey Sano basically saying, I asked them, or I asked them a question, and then that kind of got fabricated as that text. Let me look at the fuck. It's so confusing. This is Project Vortex. Where's 3850, guys? Am I removed them from 3850? No, there it is. Do we have the screenshot anywhere here? I don't think we have it. I think Inferno might have posted it on my chat, general chat, which I never showed because I didn't really want people to think that I'm trying to cause dramas. Or I was not trying to cause dramas, but didn't they say something like that? Yeah, I think this is the one. So this is basically saying this person called Angel, which is not Mikey Sano. And this does look like a real ticket, though. No, it's an Angel. It's not Mikey Sano. So it was not Mikey Sano. But how is this a fabrication then? If they actually made the inquiry, how is this a fabrication? This is not a misinformation then. It's basically truth, no? Yeah, and I believe that made a huge problem and massive drama over it because if the current leadership's leaving, if the old leadership's leaving, then everyone probably wants to leave the kingdom, right? But yeah, I don't think this really solves any problems or so only other part. So all these paragraphs, at the end of the day, all I can actually say that was different after reading all this is that Mikey Sano was dropped the king and he had a hard time managing the kingdom because he was never meant to lead the kingdom. But Donkey and Drixel just left, but while also causing problems, which I get, but yeah, like he accused me of spreading misinformation, which I didn't. But maybe I'm wrong. Who knows? Maybe I was spreading misinformation. But if you guys watch back the video, guys, I'm just reading off whatever was sent out, and I don't think he says anything that basically said that's a misinformation. He's just claiming that please don't spread any more misinformation on that channel. I didn't spread any misinformation, dude. Yeah. That's it, probably. Yeah. So, my opinion on it, 2-sentence summary. 1, it is very hard to read his mail, whatever this is. 2, he is accusing that Donkey and Inferno is causing problems to make 3850 get destroyed so that 66 can take the top players away, which I think is a big accusation. But I don't think he has any proof of that. I don't think there is a way for him to prove any of that, personally speaking. And again, I did not spread any misinformation. Go back to your videos that I posted, because all I said, bro, was read the mail that was sent out to everyone within the kingdom. And if you, Mikey Sano, accuse me one more time of spreading misinformation, my friend, I don't think I can be as nice as I am right now, dude. Like, what the fuck? What the fuck, dude? Like, honestly, I didn't even read this when I sent this out, right? I didn't want to read this all right before an interview. Whatever. I didn't read this while I was sending this out. I was like, hey man, thanks for reaching out. As I say on both videos, I'm not migrating away because of drama. I'm migrating away because of Donkey and Drixel is migrating away, and I'm part of that group. Like, I don't know any of you guys. I didn't even know Mikey Sano was a new king. Like, I didn't care. In all honesty, I don't care who like talks shit about Necron. I don't care whether Necron said some shit about Donkey, because I wasn't really focused on what was said in the Kingdom Alliance chat. Because when you guys see me play those accounts, I just go ahead and do the dailies and leave, right? I don't get involved with any of the dramas. I don't even open the chat most of the time, right? I open the chat because someone from the chat is actually talking to me, and like that's all I do. Right? But like, yeah, you're making a couple accusations that yourself that is probably false. This I am not okay with, dude. Please don't spread any misinformation on your channel. I did not spread any misinformation, dude. What happened is a lot of drama and 90% made up from lies from another kingdom. That's your accusation. This does not have proof, right? And to be really honest, just looking at what I just read, yeah, like this does look like Angel, who is part of the new leadership, is trying to migrate away. The fact that this was possible, I'm not blaming Angel. I'm just saying that there was an inquiry. And the fact that this got leaked means that there was an inquiry that was made to 3873, right? That is not false. That seems to be true. And that is probably why most people are trying to leave the kingdom, dude. Like, I don't know. I don't know what it is. Like, I don't know what about this is like, what? Bro, you just made things a lot worse. I'm gonna post this video. Like, I spent what? Like, you wasted a lot of my time. 50 minutes of my time. I'm gonna post this video, dude. But like, if you thought my videos were doing damage to the kingdom, yeah, the last one probably is going to do more damage for your kingdom. I don't think the last couple of videos were really damaging your kingdom. Really. 3850? Like, yeah, I just read whatever you guys sent out. This is public news. Anyone with a YouTube account could have just read this and said, okay, well, there seems to be some disputes. People are leaving. And the reason why Drixel said he was leaving was because General Necron talked shit behind his back. And it looks like General Necron does say that he did. That's what he said. Maybe you guys should have stopped them from getting onto enough position for them to send out all this information. That's what I did. That's not misinformation. Yeah, so I don't know. I don't know, man. Like, hey Mafu, how's it going, man? Yo, I've been reading this essay from Mikey Sano, and Mafu, maybe you can tell me, like, was I spreading any misinformation on my channel? If all I did was just reading off, you watched both of the videos, I know for sure, because you told me on when I was on your channel. But like, he's saying, please don't spread any misinformation on your channel. But like, yo, like, anything that was said here was sent out in the mail. And I just read your mail, guys. That's all I did. She sent you a novel, bro. That shit is crazy. It's a she? Okay. We zero Mafu at dawn. Okay. My apologies if I've been calling her he so far. Yeah, that was my bad. But yeah, well, good luck, 3850. I don't think this explanation really solves any problems. I think it made more accusations against Donkey and Drixel. In my opinion, you made the accusations against me, who was just reading off your mails within the kingdoms, man. And I am not okay with that, dude. Sorry. Whatever you are. Like, I'm not okay with that. But, like, okay, like, whatever. I'm gonna leave the kingdom. It is what it is, dude. And just for reference, I don't know how this is gonna go, but you probably did more harm sending this to me than not send it at all and just finish up from where we ended up last time. Yeah, I like drama, but I don't think you were spreading misinformation, Mafu. Yeah, dude, like, what did I say? I just said, okay, well, I just want to be as neutral as possible. I said that like multiple freaking times during each of the video. I was like, I want to be neutral as possible. These two males were saying, okay, there seems to be a dispute. And then General Necron said, okay, well, Drixel said, hey, well, the reason why we're leaving is because of General Necron, because he talked behind our back. And General Necron is like, oh, well, that's because he gave us leadership all of a sudden. And then, I was venting and it got leaked. And there you go. It was true that it is true that whatever leaked was what I said. But, It was just set out of frustration, but it was what it was. There is no misinformation on that. I read what General Necron wanted to say in his own freaking words, right? And now you send me a block of text accusing that I sent misinformation. And where is that other part? Where is that other part? Yeah. The screenshot that was posted was a fabrication, which doesn't look like a freaking fabrication, dude. This person, Angel, who I have no issue with Angel, but you just made things worse, right? Angel made a ticket to 3873 saying that that said from Angel's side, the main reason we are coming over here either way is because we got the job of kingdom dropped on us with close to no R4 to help us manage the kingdom. And you're saying this is a fabrication? But in your own words, you said someone from 66 went to 73, got on council, and was sending information back to 66. So this was true. This is something that happened. And it was bad that it got leaked, but it was true. No? Am I wrong, dude? Yo, what is going on? And to have So I'm thinking that she sent this all to me thinking that I would be able to clear things up. Because I said, like, do you want... Where is it? However, if you, want me to cover this side of the story, which I didn't read, by the way, I don't have time. If you want me to cover this side of the story, and as I try my best to do on my last video, I'll be staying as neutral as possible. Perhaps it didn't look like it from you. Now I'm not neutral because you accused me of sending out misinformation, dude. But yeah, no worries. I just wanted to set the record straight. Well, good luck, dude. I'm posting this video right after this stream. And see how 3850 turns out, my friend. God, Jesus Christ, dude. Alright, well, I hope this was fun for y'all. In all honesty, GG 3850, guys.